If 1,000 big-headed ants had to face 1,000 giants, would those steel jaws be enough to take them down? In this episode, we're not just testing anti versus anti battles. We're expanding the arena of survival to include 5 of the most dangerous creatures on the planet. From chemical assassins and lethal biters to master ambushers, we're about to see if the big-headed ants can hold their ground. Welcome back to AntTrek's. Today, 1,000 LARGICEPS warriors step into 6 back-to-back challenges, facing notorious opponents from across the insect and reptile worlds. Our main star's got a head that's huge compared to its body, especially in the larger workers. Inside are jaw muscles so strong they can crush solid objects or tear apart other creatures in seconds. In the opposite corner, the giant ant, Singularis. Its longer body gives it the advantage of pressing down in grapples, especially when pinning an enemy to the ground. One side's got crushing force with a head like a moving block of iron. The other's got height and reach, and after looking at their strengths, I can already tell this is going to be a good one. And now, the moment of truth. Only strength, strategy, and teamwork will keep them alive. The rules are simple. Every match takes place in a sealed arena. No way out. It ends only when one side retreats, or every last fighter is taken down. No referee, no scorecards, just win or lose. When the arena gates close, no one out there can help. The battle begins. Both were bloodthirsty, recklessly charging at each other, each side employing its own strategy. The big-headed ant faction, with jaws as sharp as blades and a massive head like a steel shield. Their tactic was simple yet brutal. Use their full weight and bite force, aiming straight for the enemy's head or body to finish the fight in a single blow. The giant ants completely dominated in size. A single worker was as large as a soldier from the rival side. They chose a crushing strategy, using sheer muscle power to pin down, drag, and tear their opponents to pieces. But with each clash, another giant ant lost a mandible. At first, they held the upper hand, overwhelming their foe with sheer size. Yet in the end, their advantage meant little. The opponent's jaws were simply too strong. Slowly but surely, the giants were worn down, ground away, piece by piece. Both sides suffered heavy losses, but the giant ant colony seemed to have been defeated. From that last fight, it's clear. The big-headed ants can use their solid jaws to beat even the giants. So next, we're putting them up against a spider. Its name, Tarantula. I call him the spike-haired warlord. He's covered in sharp hairs that cause intense irritation, and his size alone lets him overpower plenty of rivals, making him a predator to be reckoned with. The challenge starts. He's not backing down. He steps forward, relying on his spines and size. No sudden moves, no hint of what's coming. Could this be his plan for surviving in a dangerous world? The big-headed ants fan out, closing in tight. Jaws wide, they search for gaps in the thick hair. Snap after snap, the armor holds. But the pressure's building. The victory goes to the big-headed ant army. But the challenge isn't over yet. The big-headed ants still need to face more formidable opponents. Let's see if they can make it out this time against the giant Australian dragon. A nighttime assassin, famous for its lightning-fast tongue and a strike that almost never misses. Looks like trouble, right? What just happened? Turns out it wasn't much of a challenge after all. Still, the teamwork was flawless. The next test should really push them. Still, the teamwork was flawless. The next test should really push them. Meet Bloodcrawler, a creature with 100 legs. Count them if you want. A cold-blooded killer from the dark floors of tropical jungles. On top of all those legs, it's got huge, hooked jaws under its head, packed with venom, ready to strike in a flash. When it moves, the legs ripple like waves, fast, fluid, unpredictable. Against something like this, the ants can't avoid taking some painful stings. It darts out like a gust of wind, the true speed of a many-legged predator. But that strength doesn't last. The ants bite hard and fast, targeting the smaller leg joints. The fight's so quick, I don't even know when it lost its first leg. Every joint becomes a weak point, with dozens of big-headed warriors clamping down and holding tight. Bloodcrawler's forced to retreat. Once again, the opportunity arises for the 1,000 tough warrior ants. But this time, their opponent is anything but ordinary. Enter the so-called Stone Hero, a creature clad in an armor hard as rock, almost immune to ordinary bites. With its thick, durable armor, it withstands enormous pressure, absorbs attacks, and stands firm. Beyond its defense, it unleashes a powerful shove, flinging foes aside, a true living fortress on the battlefield. She wields her own deadly weapon, jaws short but extremely strong and sharp, capable of piercing any defense. That's why I'm confident this will be a real challenge for the big-headed ant squad. The moment the gates open, the ants have to zero in on their opponent's weak spot, then use those powerful jaws to bite and tear. The ant formation tries everything to break through the defenses. Alarm pheromones spread fast. Reinforcement teams move in immediately. The Camponotus troops lock in, surrounding their target. Big-headed warriors, jaws of steel, charging in like a whirlwind. Each bite lands with crushing power, strong enough to take down a small lizard in seconds. But what's happening here? The whole squad senses something's not right. Rapid response units flood in. More troops, fresh fighters, constant attacks. Jaws clamp down on the armor and bounce right off. Cracks? Number of scratches? No. The result feels more like a tickle. Enemies pour in from all sides. Bigger, stronger, even long-necked specialists, built to pry open armor. This isn't just a fight, it's a full-scale assault. Still, these big-headed warriors have proven they can bring down powerful foes, spiders, the Australian dragon, and even centipedes. Which means they're finally ready for their most dangerous opponent yet, the scorpion. A creature armed with powerful claws can grip and control its prey, leaving almost no escape. When needed, it unleashes the deadly venom from its curved tail, a weapon for both quick kills and self-defense. Its strategy is stalk strike finish, first silently approaching, then clamping down with its claws, and finally delivering the fatal sting. This way, the scorpion conserves energy while ensuring a high success rate in every hunt. The arena shakes as the night god of war emerges. Black armor gleaming like steel, massive pincers spread wide, and that curved tail poised to deliver a deadly strike. At first contact, a big-headed ant is crushed instantly. The sounds of snapping jaws and clashing pincers blend into chaos, but the ants refuse to back down. Groups of 5 or 6 swarm from every side, one team locking onto the front legs, another biting into the belly joints, yanking hard to throw the scorpion off balance. Attack pheromones flood the air, like ancient war drums echoing through the arena. The big-headed army throws everything they've got, closing in like wolves on an elephant. No movement allowed. Bite by bite, they rip into the night god of war. It's crazy. These ants have conquered every challenge, and that's the answer. An army of 1,000 isn't just dangerous one-on-one. Even 1,000 versus 1,000, they can still take the win. Real strength isn't about size. It's about strategy and the unity of the swarm. Don't miss the next chapter in this epic battle. Check out this video for more, and I'll see you in the next one.